Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, you'll come across a person in life whose sole purpose in your story arc is to humble you to oblivion. They look better than you, they're smarter than you, they get more shorties, more money, more motion, more everything, and you just gotta take it. Where it takes you blood, sweat, and tears just to be mediocre at. They are effortlessly elite. So what happens when this person is also not only from your hometown with the same goal, but is also a bully? What does it take for you to rise above? That's what we're gonna explore in this video using the biggest dickhead in Pokemon, Gary fucking Oak. So y'all remember day one of the Pokemon anime. Ash wakes up late, goes to Professor, and he's at a starter, so he's gotta roll with the fat ass gopher. But what was Gary doing? He pulled up with his big red bus of bitches. Like, what's good, Ashy boy? Gary! That's Big G to you, n***. Now how about you take the leprechaun PJs and fucking daddle?
Oh my god, Big
Got so much fucking aura.
Yes! Ride my shit harder. Damn, Gary, what starter did you pick?
Wouldn't you like to know, Ashy boy? Let's just say when you grimes the professor, you get some pretty perks. Aight, smell you later, trash ketchum.
And he rode off in his Porsche and embarked on his adventure. Believe it or not though, this wasn't actually their first time meeting. The two pupils from Palatown knew each other as neighbors since they were very, very young. And you can tell their dynamic has always been the same. The moment that really sealed their rivalry though was back in the day while Ash was out fishing. He got his little old rod and caught himself a little Magikarp. The Magikarp more so caught him. Gary saw that and was like, embarrassing. And the two started arguing about who the secret fishing spot belonged to. After some bickering, they decide whoever catches something first gets to claim the spot. Sure enough, someone starts shaking in the water and they both start pulling it. Out comes a Pokeball and they start blabbering over who deserves it.
It's mine! It's mine! Shut up, loser! I know you are, one of mine.
Blah, 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 blah. And boom, congrats, you dumbasses. Now it broke.
I guess it's a tie. A tie with you might as well be a loss.
Yikes. And this rusty Pokeball basically sealed the rivalry.
This is not a rivalry. They always kick our ass.
Gary crunched the first couple gyms ahead of Ash, which makes sense considering he's driving everywhere, whereas Ash gotta walk. Press B, buddy. We don't even get to see Gary that much at the beginning, except when gym leaders just ride his shit, talking about how he walked into their gym, snatched a badge with no difficulty. They just throw us some reminders here and there that he's the one. Like, peep this, bruh. What purpose does this serve? This is his only screen time all episode. They got my guy Ash looking like a fucking spinda, bro. Golly. And you know the anime is filled with little hidden jabs from Gary from start to finish. But all of this bullying wouldn't really mean shit if Gary was some bump, but they also remind us why Gary's low-key a better trainer. Let's take the time that this dude Ash was starting to feel self-conscious that, hey, for a nigga with the last name Ketchum, I kinda suck at catching Pokemon. Pikachu was a gift, Bulbasaur joined me, Squirtle joined me, and Pidgeotto was low-key a struggle. So he said, nah, fuck that. It's time to earn a catch for once. Misty even got on him while he was downtown, but
You sure you won't need handouts? Like you needed for our gyms?
damn, girls are mean, bruh. But this gave Ash some much needed conviction. So when he rolled up to the beach and found a wild Krabby, you can imagine how hyped he was. I ain't gonna lie, it was a tough watch, cause this nigga dead started fighting it with a stick instead of using his army of fucking aliens. But you know what? At the end of the day, he caught that crab and it got sent to O. So what does Gary have to do with this? Well, this brings us to another hallmark of a bully like Gary. The comparisons. Ash FaceTimes the professor and finds him cooking dinner. And Ash is like, bitch, is you eating Krabby stew? And Oak's like, first of all, respect your fucking elders. Second of all,
Ain't nobody wanna eat that small ass Krabby. Shit got no protein. I'm bulking. Besides, if I wanted to eat a crab, I'd much rather choose my grandson's.
Big G got one too.
Obviously, and it's way bigger.
I wonder what else is bigger.
I'll tell you what else. The amount of Pokemon he's caught. Gary has caught 45 Pokemon, which is 38 more than you.
first of all, this was absolutely unnecessary. Second of all, 45! 45! That is almost a third of every Pokemon in the region. Doing the math, this nigga must be at like Saffron City at least. Someone tell bro this is not a speedrun. Thing is though, we know Gary to be a bully. So where is the targeted harassment? Well, it doesn't get more targeted than the beach episode. So basically, there's a beach beauty and costume contest going on with a 1,000 Poké-Dollar prize. The gang needs this money because they must up this old man's boat and need to pay for the repairs. You know, a valiant reason. But what does Gary do? This nigga pulled up with 6 hoes to the pageant. He got a full Pokemon party of shorties. How did he even find this island? Do y'all know what this island is even called? Porta Vista. What the fuck is a Porta Vista? I have never seen that shit before. This guy then, mic in hand, all the attention on him and his fan club. Middle of a beauty contest. You know, it's time to sell the crowd on why you deserve to win. First thing that comes out of his mouth,
Ashy boy, I know you're in there somewhere. You know what they say? Opposites attract, which makes sense cause you a bitch and you get no bitches.
Fuck, he's right. Gary, he gets cash, he got motion, unlike Ash.
I wrote that myself, Ashy boy.
this man is competing for money and the only thing on his mind is dragging Ash. You know he don't need the money either, this damn Nepo baby. Oak, do something! Ash even had to press him after like,
Nigga, you doing all this yapping. How about we say fuck the bullshit in battle?
Why would I waste my time with an amateur?
Sounds like you're just a bitch.
Takes one to know one.
speaking of beaches and resorts, Cinnabar Island. If it wasn't obvious, these two motherfuckers motherfuckers end up being on the boat together. You know, Ash has been on his grind as of recent. He got 6 badges. Questionable as fuck if you've seen this vid, but he got them, you know? About to go get his 7th, but who does he see?
Now who let this musty ass nigga on the boat?
Gary!
Yes, bruh. Gary is on the way to Cinnabar Island, but not to challenge Blaine, but for vacation. His whole life is a vacation. Bro literally said, I got so many badges, I'm on a break. Oh, and by the way,
There's no gym on the island anymore.
no cap, I'm throwing him off the boat. Call me twisted, I don't give a shit. I'm crashing the fuck out right on that boat. Matter of fact, we both drowning. Palatown not gonna have no champs. Oh well, oh well. This wasn't even the worst of it. After some failed attempts by Ash and them to find a place to stay for the night, they ended up at this hotel where it seems like some people are having a banquet. And look at this silhouette, bruh. I know that ain't who I think it is. And what the hell do he got going on? He getting freaky with them aliens from Toy Story? Holy, I like to buzz at him on Lee. No comment. So mind you, Ash is here on business, starving and homeless for the night. And Gary's at this buffet, chilling. And you know what he offers to Ash?
I'll give you my leftovers in a doggy bag if you spin around and say Pikachu.
Bro, have some shame. That was just ridiculous. Alright, so he interrupted the 7th gym, but you know what? It was on an island. He was on vacation. Sure. You know, let's just let it slide. The 8th gym, at least, is in that boring ass city, Viridian City. Literally the 2nd town in the game. He got no reason to.
Still collecting badges, Ashy boy?
This nigga is bored.
You got some catching up to do, Ashy boy. I already have 10 badges.
Okay, pause. Bro, let me see, sir. That's 8. Okay, that's 8. I ain't no mathematician, y'all, but shit ain't adding up. And what the fuck are these? Gary then says he's gonna waltz into the Earth Gym and beat it, purely to show that he's better than Ash. So that's what he does. And he sends out 𝙏𝙖𝙥 against Giovanni's Golem. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a sec. I just realized something. It's like episode 63. How is this the first time we've seen Gary battle? He one-shots Golem and Giovanni returns the favor with his Kinglet. Gary then sends out his Arcanine and I'm like, fire type against a water type? Hold on, bro doesn't even know his type chart. How the fuck he gonna beat it? But yeah, Giovanni then responds to this with, you know, an armored Mewtwo and knocks out not just Gary's Pokemon, but Gary himself. And you know what? Call me crazy, but seeing bro lose like this is kind of awkward. After all the shit he talked, how do you expect me to sit here and watch his fan club crying about his L with Ash holding him in his arms? Bro had 10 badges already. Was it that serious? Now, if we fast forward a bit, we already know that Ash beats this gym, but what happens next threw me off.
He's our victor, he's our man. No one wins like Ketchup can.
Damn, I gotta admit, Ashy boy, you're actually not bad. But no one will beat the Pokemon I saw.
I ain't gonna lie, those 3 things just made him lose aura, bro. Now, I didn't want to jump the gun and call him a fraud, but I had my eye on this dude until something happened that blew the doors of this high roller, never lose, superior image wide open. Peep this. Now that both trainers are eligible to enter the league, they then decide to head back to Palatown to Oak's lab to get some more in, but it didn't take long for emotions to flare up.
Damn, Ash, they got your Krabby on T duty.
Yeah, well, where's your Krabby at?
Check out mine.
Okay, well, size doesn't matter. Your mother would disagree. Huh? Ash, you ain't ready for the Pokemon League.
But I got 8 badges.
Yeah, but how much Pokemon you catch? Catch 'em. Let's find out. Okay, well, it seems that Ash has seen over 100 different Pokemon, and Gary has seen 60.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You whip out your Pokedex every time you see a Pokemon, but I catch first and ask questions later.
So Gary had caught 45 Pokemon within the opening episodes, but he's only seen 60 Pokemon. Surely he hasn't been.
This is Ash's shelf of Pokemon. Mind you, all the green ones are Tauros from the Safari episode, and Gary has caught
Wait, am I reading this right?
over 200 Pokemon.
Hold on. Say it ain't so. We catching dupes? Duplicates. Copycats. So earlier, those 45 could have just been straight Rattatas and Pidgeys. Ladies and gentlemen, 10 badges. Duplicate Pokemon. I gotta say it. This nigga is a stat pattern. Major aura deductions. Major. With all this tension over who is truly the GOAT of Palatown, Ash and Gary decide to battle. And I'm like, yeah, let's do this, cause some nasty narratives are about to be brought to the table, but like they do with most of my fun, Team Rocket pulls up and just takes a piss on it. They ate up so much of the episode time that they just decide,
Thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah, we'll settle it at the Pokemon League.
these niggas did not settle it at the Pokemon League. They met, but they did not battle. Like, look at them. This is them meeting. At this point, y'all could give me this credit.
Ashy boy.
Gary. We got completely edged out of this battle because Gary got bounced out a round before Ash. And I wouldn't even have a problem with this if this nigga did not talk so much shit for the manner that he got bounced out. Gary and his opponent, Melissa, are in the dying moments of their 4th round match, and we have Nidoking versus Golem. I'm sat here thinking, alright, 1 ground move from either of these motherfuckers, and this is GG. Then Gary instructs Horn Attack. This snobby ass is the child of a professor, and he's using Horn Attack against rock types. So as I've been suspecting, this nigga is low-key a fraud. But let's see what happens to this Horn Attack. Golem Golem grabs it with one hand, jumps 100 feet in the air, and swan dives into the ground and stands on top of him. He straight daddied him. Ash comes out to see this sad excuse of a trainer, and he's like,
You're lucky my cheerleaders were cheering for me and distracted me.
oh my god, bro, you just got exposed. Like, cope harder. Them cheerleaders and that Rari ain't gonna cover the fact that you are absolutely cheeks. After this sad crash out, we don't see Gary for a minute. Ash obviously does one round better in the Indigo League before the incident, but then goes and tours the Orange Islands for his little consolation win, and we just don't see much of Gary until Ash returns to Oak's lab to give him the GS ball, and Team Rocket show up and just stain the whole lab, bro. I swear to god, if these clowns time they did freestyling about protecting the world from devastation and put it towards escaping, they'd be more wanted than Diddy. But Ash and them get bailed out by this mysterious figure. Looks like Sheik or something, and it's revealed to be none other than Gary, and he low-key saved the day. And Gary seemed to be on some different timing, like he just went through a time skip or some shit. So Ash's ego is hurt, and he lets Gary know that he won the Orange Islands and did better than him in the Indigo League, to which Gary said, damn, that's crazy. You did all that and still losing to Team Rocket with your weak ass. And this motherfucker gets rattled. How do you get more silverware and still get out-auraed by this fraud? You already know the Professor Glazing talking about,
Man, my grandson definitely improved a lot since.
and this created too much tension that they finally said, fuck the league, let's just battle and release some of this damn tension. And now, finally, we about to see these two battle. Yappa the whole of the season, and no one pulled out not one Pokeball, edging us the whole time. Let's get active. So they go for Pikachu versus Eevee. Pikachu goes for Quick Attack, and Eevee responds with Reflect. Pikachu then goes for Thunderbolt, and Eevee responds with Double Team. And Ash is shocked like he's never seen a Double Team before. Eevee then uses Takedown, and Pikachu dodges with Agility. Ash then once again goes for, you guessed it, Thunderbolt, and Gary responds with Skull Bash, and I swear to god, one shot to Pikachu. I could go in on Ash for hours about why he sucks, and that's never stopped me before. But let me show y'all why this loss hits a little different. Gary actually said GG, not in a snotty way, but humbly. And then he said he still got more work to do, and then left for Johto. Ash then yells at him saying he'll beat him the next time. He just gives him a dismissive wave. Yeah, not gonna lie, this is a massive shift in dynamic. Gary might as well spit on him, bro. He took Ash's top 16 in Orange League and just pissed on it before returning to his own path. See, this is the difference between a man in his bag versus a man obsessed with another's. Even Misty was like, not gonna lie, Ash, since that fraud league you won, you low-key fell off. Like me personally, I ain't going out to an Eevee. And that's when Ash said enough is enough, and these started to head towards the Johto League. While later, in the middle of Ash and them's Johto run, they randomly come across Gary and his now evolved Umbreon absolutely wiped the floor with an Alakazam. I'm talking dodging and straight toying with him. And when Ash comes down to challenge him himself, Gary straight said, yo, didn't I crunch your Pikachu with an Eevee? I ain't gonna improve from battling you again, so I'm good. Ash is like, whoa, I can beat you with any of my other Pokemon. Yeah, this ain't a party, bro. This is a daycare. Gary once again decides to keep walking his path, unbothered by Ash. This obviously has Ash fuming, but he gets some consolation later in the episode. Team Rocket end up cutting the entire power from a city, and in a surprising twist of fate, Gary and Ash end up working together to bring it back. After they complete the job and Gary starts heading back, he actually turns around and says, you know what, Ash? You've actually improved a lot. Maybe next time I'll challenge you. Yeah, I know Ash is bricked. I ain't gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen, I was not ready for this I have no enemies arc. It is very unexpected. Like, even later, when Ash finds Gary preparing for a Pokemon race and decides to race himself, I thought they'd be talking shit to each other. But instead of going at each other's necks, it was actually, like, wholesome, just harmless competition. And they were encouraging each other to try their best. Gary and Ash end up leading the race with Arcanine and Bailey respectively. And they're still being respectful to each other. Hey, I'll meet you at the finish line. Not if I beat you there first. Fucking hell, man. Just kiss at this point. What happened to the animosity? Then who had to ruin their moment? But these guys. They deadass stole Arcanine and forced Ash to pull off this DMX move where he launches himself off a cliff, impales their Meowth balloon with a skateboard, and frees Arcanine. Telling y'all there is no reason for a man with 6 Pokemon to be doing this level of extreme sports. Send out that damn Noctowl to do this for you. Unless you wanted to show Gary that you're his real ride or die. Aww. Anyways, they then continue the race, and Gary is by every means of the word faster. So then Ash pulls off another shortcut to catch him. Like, this might be low-key cheating, but the balls to pull this off, I respect. They go neck and neck till the end, and Ash actually wins. And you want to see Gary's reaction? He smiled and said, no regrets. What is going on? After this, I just had to sit down and pray that the hatred came back, because I'm here for problems. And low-key, my prayers were answered once we got to the Johto League. Alright, last time these guys were in the playoffs together, we didn't even get to see them meet, so hopefully this time around is different. These Palatown motherfuckers meet outside the arena before the tournament starts, and to be honest, they keep shit classy. Wish each other luck. And different from before, Gary's got a subtle confidence in his own ability, but dropped the insults on Ash that he used to fire out so much. Later that night, Ash went on a moonlight walk to clear his head. As he's walking, he finds none other than Gary, pops a squat right beside him, and they start bonding over how they can't sleep.
Heh, guess you can't sleep. Yeah, you know it, buddy.
Buddy?
Wow, what a full moon. Yeah, you know, Ash, it was a full moon the night we left Pallet Town, right?
What?
Who knows what would have happened if we never left home? Probably wouldn't be together right now.
You mean that physically or figuratively? Cause I don't really swing that. Anyways, I'm a your ass tomorrow.
Like, my ass up?
I don't know if Johto softened up Gary a little or something, but later in the tournament, after the round of 16 was announced, and it looked like he was gonna face Ash, he was back to his old ways. Talking shit, calling him a loser dim-witted punk, got me back in the mood for the match.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got two international traders from Kanto competing from the same hometown. One's the grandson of the great Professor Oak, and the other won the Orange Island.
That's a legit league! The match starts with Nidoqueen versus Tauros. Put into context how mid Tauros is, Ash first called him up in Orange Islands because I swear to God, he was banking on beginner's luck. Y'all's GOAT is not a serious guy, I'm trying to tell y'all. Nidoqueen started with Rock Smash, and Tauros responded with Horn Attack, and what Gary did next was nothing short of diabolical. Bro got Nidoqueen to grab Tauros by the horns and point blank Hyper Beam. Yeah, bro realized he was not built for this. Ash then sends out Heracross, and Gary switches to Magmar, because you know, Fire Burn Bug, and this shit was nuts, not gonna hold. Magmar flamethrowers, and Heracross dodges before hitting him back with Fury Swipes, and launches Magmar into the air. I said, hold on then, let me let him cook. But Gary was not phased. He got Magmar to then Fire Blast, go into the Fire Blast, and belly flop into Heracross, or point blank flamethrowing Heracross in the face. I said, wow, yeah, okay, that's two Pokemon gone. Ain't no damn way we gonna make it out of this one.
Blow the flames away now!
Okay, Heracross, blow the flames away now. Bugsy, you won't fucking believe it. Yeah, I know. Recent update. Heracross then follows up with Megahorn, which Magmar tries to defend against with Flamethrower, but I swear to God, Heracross literally rams through it, hits Magmar, and knocks it out. The bug type move damn near one-shot Magmar.
You know, Heracross is that strong because he used to suck sap out of the trees at my lab.
Gary then decides enough is enough and sends out his Blastoise. You know what's funny? This is literally Gary's official starter reveal. You technically don't ever see Gary's starter until right now. This nigga is sick in the head. But yeah, Heracross then goes for another Megahorn, and Blastoise cocks both his blasters for a double Hydro Pump, ready to power wash this fucking beetle back to his Pokeball. Ash gets Heracross to bail on the Megahorn and instead hide behind this rock. That shit on out.
Gary, number one. Show this loser how it's done.
Luckily, Ash's ace is a direct counter to Blastoise, so Loki bro's gonna be chilling. Gary starts with Skull Bash and gets in a good hit before Muck responds with Sludge Ball. Blastoise deflects with Rapid Spin. He goes in for a follow-up hit and Ash asks Muck to engulf Blastoise with his goop. Nah, something about this is crazy, bro. Yuck! Gary gets Blastoise to Hydro Pump again and does as direct of a hit as you can get, sending Muck back. Muck hasn't faded yet, but Ash decides to return Muck and send out Bailey! Yes! Loki, I thought Gary would take this time to switch, but he actually surprised me.
A Bailey.
I thought so. And then hit him with a Hydro Pump anyways. This is a sign of a psychopath. Ash finally does some Ash shit and gets his Bayleaf to Vine Whip to jump up and dodge before sending out a Razor Leaf. Blastoise deflects this with Rapid Spin again like the little fucking Beyblade, and Ash decides to try and Body Slam from the air instead. Gary then decides to show us why he didn't switch. He tells Blastoise to bite, which he does before lassoing Bayleaf around and around and tossing it into the stadium walls. Fainted. Benito.
So Bayleaf can jump, huh? Thanks for showing me, Ash.
So this dude Gary went from the type of annoying that talks too much shit to the type of annoying that's too nice while they whooping your ass. Ash need to say fuck the Pokemon and start boxing this thug at this point. Then something happened that actually made me so mad. Oh my god, let me calm down. The announcer calls for an intermission because Ash has lost 3 Pokemon. I have never seen this shit before. A halftime break? But whatever, bro. MC equals plot armor. Okay, I've seen worse. What really got me seething right now though is that Pikachu starts protesting to Ash. Like, hey, when the fuck you gonna send me out? Water types like this is my favorite meal. And do you know what Ash said in response? Haha, sorry Pikachu. I'm only allowed to use the Pokemon I registered before the match. Why the fuck would you not register your best Pokemon in your rival fight on the biggest stage in the damn region? Your best Pokemon against your biggest op who you are 0-1 against. Your Pikachu specifically is the one that lost to his Eevee and you decide to bring your fucking Tauros? Your Muck? Before I could throw my TV or myself off my roof, the announcer calls for the match to be resumed. Out of halftime, Ash sends out Snorlax and Gary sends out Arcanine. After a quick missed body slam and getting hit by Arcanine's Fire Spin, Ash calls for Hyper Beam, which breaks through the Veil of Fire and hits Arcanine with enough power to knock him out. Came up short in the race and came up short now. Little fiery donkey bum. Okay, we got a bit of momentum shift here. I fuck with Snorlax. Gary decides to then send Nidoqueen back out. Gary looks Ash straight in the eyes and says, Nidoqueen, use your tail to jump. Straight mooched off of his flow before hitting Snorlax with a double kick and sending out Hyper Beam. But this badass actually dodged it and returned with an Ice Beam that knocked Nidoqueen straight out cold. Hold on, wait a second, I wasn't familiar with your game. Snorlax kinda different. Now the match is tied with 3 Pokemon left each. Gary sends out Scizor, and I can't lie, he ended that Linsanity shit ASAP. He hit him with 6 quick attacks in a row, dodged Snorlax's Hyper Beam, and then Metal Clawed him in the face. Need I say more? He got slept permanently. Ash then sent out Muck and went for Sludge Bomb.
Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up.
So now we're in a situation where Gary got 3 mons left. Oh shit, ladies and gentlemen. We may have got ourselves a thumper here. Standing at a whopping 5'7". Okay. The delinquent turned ace, Charizard. Scizor begins with Steel Wing and Ash commands a flamethrower. Gary gets Scizor to fly up and dodge and Ash says, "We got wings too, bitch!" And Charizard meets that bitch ass bug in the sky and hits him. Alright, we know Gary got Blastoise left, so as long as the other ain't got a type advantage, we may have a slight chance.
Use magnitude.
Him into the sky!
When Ash starts saying random shit that isn't a move, just shut up and let him cook. First of all, what the fuck is we doing here? Second of all, this guy Charizard just failed a seismic toss because Golem is too heavy. Golem then uses rollout, which is bad news. Ash responds with Dragon Rage and he one-shots? Dragon Rage is an interesting move in the games because it always does 40 HP regardless of stats. Do you know what level the fully evolved Golem gotta be to have a max HP of less than 40? It's level 11. Brock's Geodude is level 12. I'm going to leave it at that.
Weezy, the game is different from that.
You know, I gave the original trainer that Charmander. He was emotionally abusive, but I still basically gave it to Ash.
So now y'all can do the math. 1-on-1, Blastoise Charizard. This is like fire red champion shit right here. This dude picks his starter second just for times like this. Charizard tries for Flamethrower early and gets deflected by Rapid Spin. Blastoise then goes for Hydro Pump and I can't lie, that shit connected. Ash gets Charizard to fly and tries to get him to get behind Blastoise. Blastoise then responds with Skull Bash and that shit works his plan. So we just not taking 2 moves for Skull Bash, I guess. Lovely stuff, Gary, you absolute cheater. Ash tries to get Charizard to maneuver around in the air, dodging Hydro Pumps to try and land a flamethrower, but it's clearly too hard. At this point, Ash says, "Hey, this shit's not worth fucking." Charizard, start melting the arena. I ain't gonna hold you. I still don't really get why this is such a big brain play, like it makes it too humid or something. But anyways, so Gary gets Blastoise to Hydro Pump the rocks in response. Yo, how many Hydro Pumps does bro have? But yeah, he creates hella mist, and what we find inside is pure hand-to-hand combat cinema. These two in a deadlock. This shit is actually interesting because Blastoise can't aim his jets while in this hand lock. Charizard tries for the point-blank Dragon Rage, and Blastoise said, "Nah, we playing whack-a-mole." Charizard then flies up, and Gary couldn't cook shit other than getting to bite Charizard's neck. I don't know, bro. Like, you might leave a hickey, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Ash puts it all on one last seismic toss. Charizard hits him with that around the world, before slamming him into the ground. At this point, my jaw is on the floor. Did this kid actually do it? And before I knew it, the deadlock was up, and Blastoise fell. He actually did it, bro. I can't believe my eyes. Gary had to reflect so hard that he gave up that half ball all the way from the fishing story, saying Ash earned it. Damn, bro. I almost teared up seeing that shit. And once the tournament ended, which Ash did not win, obviously, he found out Gary embarked on his own adventure into the Hoenn region. Ash caught up to him and returned him his half of the ball, saying he wanted each of them to carry a half forever. Aww. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes this rivalry. From Ckhead to acquaintance to friend, always as right. What a story. If you liked what you saw, make sure you subscribe and vote on the community poll of what you want to see next. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next vid. Peace.
I hate a privileged rapper who don't even know what it takes. The diamonds they hit like a rainbow, that's cause the necklace of Frank.